Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to a sister's Ramadan, making the most of the month of mercy. I am your sister, Naima B. Robert, and I am honored that you are here with me on this journey. The purpose of this show is one thing and one thing only: spiritual transformation, inshallah. So over the series, we are looking at 8 characteristics that we as Muslim women can cultivate in order to make this a truly spiritual experience. We've already looked at sincerity, we've looked at tawakkul, and today we will be looking at the characteristic of gratitude. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, the month of Ramadan is that in which was revealed the Quran. Allah intends for you ease and does not intend for you hardship, and wants for you to complete the period and to glorify Allah for that to which He has guided you, and perhaps you will be grateful. Another beautiful surah from the Quran is this one. And remember when your Lord proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. And another, if you would count the blessings of Allah, you would not be able to count them. Just these few surahs from the Quran show us the power of gratitude. And that's what I want to share with you today in this show. We already know that as believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us when we are grateful. And He has told us innumerable times of the power of gratitude and the status of gratitude with Him. But I'd like to share something with you. Gratitude has the power to literally change your life. You don't believe me? Well, I'd like to invite you to maybe think about gratitude in a new way. For many of us, it's easy to be grateful for the things in our lives that are good, that we have at our disposal, that are available to us. But I'd like to invite you also to be grateful for the things in your life that maybe you haven't been grateful for, the things you've taken for granted, maybe those things in your life that you're not that happy with, because we as human beings have the ability to choose our focus. And the reality of living in this world is that everything comes at a cost. Everything comes with good and bad. There is nothing in even children that do not come at a price. And so we, alhamdulillah, we have the ability to choose what we will focus on. So if you are like many sisters out there who has young children who, can make a mess, can be a little bit annoying, and can really kind of keep you on your toes, you may have a tendency to be a bit resentful of them. And especially in Ramadan, when our children and our family members can actually be almost a drain on our internal resources, I would like to just urge you to stop and catch you there. Because we will always be paying a price for whatever it is that we have in our lives. But if we choose to focus on what it's costing us, we will lose the gratitude for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so what I'd like to invite you to do is to look at your life and choose to be grateful for everything in it, the good and the bad, the tests and the trials and the victories and the triumphs. Because if we can truly choose gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our emotional home, it will change everything. My dear sister, if you are struggling with something this Ramadan, I'd like to urge you, look for what you could be grateful for in that situation. We are all familiar with the beautiful hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said, how wonderful is the affair of the believer. For his affairs are all good. And this applies to no one but the believer. If something good happens to him, he is thankful for it, and that is good for him. And if something bad happens to him, he bears it with patience, and that is good for him. And so, my dear sister, being grateful for the opportunity to worship Allah, to serve your family, to feed yourself spiritually, will enable you to really experience the barakah of your life. And it doesn't have to look like somebody else's. It doesn't have to be something that is comparable to anyone else out there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you everything that you need in this life to be content with His decree and to be content with what He has decreed for you. And so while in this amazing month, we are striving and we are trying and we're doing everything that we can to grow closer to Allah, I'd like to encourage you to choose gratitude always, every single day. True gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything that He's blessed us with. And let me know how that changes your perspective on everything that you have in your life at the moment. Now, in this section of the show, as you know, I like to keep it real with my viewers. This is the section where we look at the real practical issues that you sisters are facing, making this Ramadan a spiritual journey. And so the question that we're going to be looking at today is one that we received when we did the research. And it's this: what if I don't have that Ramadan feeling? It's unfortunate that we put so much pressure on ourselves as women, as sisters, to have everything in place. We want the housework to be done, the meals have to be on point, spiritually we want to finish the Quran, we want to pray tahajjud every day, even though we may have a mountain of responsibilities. And when we don't really feel the excitement that we feel should be the case in Ramadan, we blame ourselves even more. So I want to encourage you to give yourself a break. Embrace patience with whatever it is that you're going through. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your situation. I know many sisters who are not able to fast, for example, even though they know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them an excuse and has made it easy for them, they still blame themselves. And they still use that as an excuse to say, I'm not really feeling this Ramadan. So what I'd like to invite you to do, shift your focus to what you are doing and away from what you aren't doing or are not able to do. Shift your focus to the blessings around you. And also, on a real note, identify your triggers. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're listening to? Who are you around that starts to make you feel that your Ramadan is inadequate? Is it social media? Are you scrolling on Instagram and seeing other mums putting up decorations and baking Ramadan cookies with their kids and, people talking about their experience of Ramadan and making you feel bad about yours? If that's the case, sis, I advise you to unplug. Ramadan is about you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is your personal journey and it will not be like anyone else's. So if you are being triggered by social media or even by certain people who make you feel inadequate, who lower your iman, who make you feel like you're not doing enough and push you towards guilt, unplug from them too and focus on doing the very best that you can do. Because remember, my dear sister, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your situation. So cultivate positive energy around you and make a decision to make this Ramadan about nobody else but you and your journey back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now, my dear sister, it is over to you. My challenge for you today is to embrace gratitude. If you embraced gratitude a little bit before, make it a way of life. Make it a way of life. So my challenge for you is to write down for the next week 3 things that you are grateful for every single day. And make that your habit for this week and let us know how it goes. And as always, share on social media, share with us using #SistersRamadan and be sure to tag Eman Channel and Naima B. Robert and let us know in the group. And if you have not yet joined that group, what are you waiting for? Download the workbook that goes with this series so that you can get the most out of this and truly make it an interactive experience. And then you'll be invited to join us online where you will be able to interact with me and other sisters who are enjoying this series to be able to make this a truly transformational Ramadan for you and every single one of us. Jazakallahu khairan for watching and I will see you on the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.